let me introduce our first, well, our two guest readers, I should say. Renee Sarojini and Candice E. Bolen. We'll be reading a selection of poetry from Candice's book.
Ladies first. We'll be alternating our reading. We're going to waver back and forth. And we encourage you not to give us any applause until a thunderous ovation.
Yes, then you can say it.
Yeah, and we have lots of time as well. Thank you very much for that wonderful introduction. Honored to be reading this important poet's work with my dear friend and colleague, Dennis. Thank you to the library and to Ariadne and World Poetry. I'm going to begin with Early Morning Haunting. Through the foggy lens of an early morning haunting, the ghosts of summer, windblown voices and hazy dreams still linger in the blue shadows of a dying star. A pearl scarf of frost glistens beneath a red rising sun. A lone gull cries to the wind, leaving its imprint in a thick atmosphere of a muted October sky. My footsteps crunch and crackle on a scatter of pebbles and leaves that whisper secrets into the outstretched palms of this early morning haunting. I watch the sun rise, ash to ember to flame. I listen to the wind, silence, to whispers, to voices. I'm alone, but not alone. I walk with ghosts in the blue shadows of this early morning haunting, haunted.
This is called Tumbling Down. Shakespeare said with quill and ink, and inspiration's golden link, and the words came tumbling down. In sonnets, poetry, plays and prose, in theaters and traveling minstrel shows, his passion still rages and spills from the pages onto the glitter of sound sets and stages, tumbling down, still tumbling down. Mozart said it with notes and keys, in minuets and symphonies, and the music came tumbling down, illuminating the darkness undressing, devils, angels, and lovers confessing, the agonies and ecstasies and serenades and rhapsodies, tumbling down, still tumbling down. Michelangelo said it with paints and brush, guided by an angel's touch, and the colors came tumbling down. To halo the Sistine Chapel ceiling, saints, cherubs, and angels kneeling, a masterpiece of holiness, saving grace and forgiveness, tumbling down, still tumbling down. Artists, musicians, poets, and sages, droplets of gold on history's pages, tumbling down through the ages. Their world of beauty surrounds us still. Their legacy is a living will, tumbling down, forever tumbling down.
The depth of the dance. The fading sun on the sand dissolves into moondrops on the water. Waves sparkle and dance with diamonds, memories ebb and flow. I recall the young days of sunbeams and moonglow. You and I casually playing with time and tide, as if they could never change, as if we could never change. When we walked our beach of dreams, alive with the breath of angels, we were sewn together in the womb of time, a deep, resonant symphony, vibrating inside the tidal music, and we danced. Oh, how we danced. Today, I walked that beach again, alone yet not alone. I watched a pale amber sunset usher in an evanescent moon rising over a surreal twilight ocean. I stood silently on eternity's shore. Haunting memories rolled in on waves of enchantment and danced with the ghosts of yesterday. Oh, how they danced. Oh, how we danced. I remember the depth of the dance.
This is called Now and Then. Time winks, creases and folds now and then. In this crystallized moment, clouds sigh through the puffed, moist lips of a slow-breathing sky. Gulls cry on high. White doves center, then scattering flight. Bleached origami pillows flung onto powder blue sheets. Somewhere, a lost dream is winding its way home. Inside the eternity now, time winks, creases and folds now and then.
The birthday party. She sat there quietly at the birthday party, related and invited, but still an outsider. She seemed to be intruding. Dressed in an expensive but simple turquoise suit, makeup blended evenly over her slightly uneven wrinkles, hair nicely in place, a hint of perfume framing her essence. She was well groomed. You should have noticed, more noticeably, perhaps vocally. She was an outsider. They should have tried to make her feel welcome. She was old. They shouldn't have hurt her, but they did, with their silences. She was human. They weren't.
This is called Blazing January Snows. I lay on the black nights of an unwanted summer alone, keeping vigil over a creeping damp. I feed on secondhand dreams, smoky feelings, wasted ashes, and silent, smoldering suns. I am searching for ice cubes in the middle of summer. When the season has passed, I will seek out flames in the blazing January snows.
So I just wanted to say that what an honor it is to read a three-time Poet Laureate's work with Dennis, and to let you know that Candice let us pick the poems that really spoke to us, and that is very special, I think. So it's great to be able to do it. Vanquished. Trickling down the face of some falsely cherished lie I mistook for the truth, I'm now the resurrection of a forgotten fragment of my imagination, the dulled knife of cruelty once worn like a tattered crown reigning over this kingdom of tears is now vanquished. Beneath the veil of faded diamonds that litter the dusty staircase of my dreams, I sometimes find a remnant of ripped fabric. It bears no resemblance to the disguises worn by those who slept in my soul. Looking back, I can barely see the burned-out, crumbling steeple I spent so many heartaches in, hiding in the shelter of my mind before I left the best part of myself carelessly out in the rain to rust. So many wasted days and nights spent in a shaky house of cards. Common sense, a long-lost stranger, is emerging victorious from her watery grave in love's stillborn sea. She's shaken off the wet and, wrapped in a damp towel, is knocking on my door, sword drawn, ready to vanquish my evil twin at